Right, here we are for IGL week number 6. This week we're going up against BountyHunter and the Boston Bullet Punch. You can see his team in the bottom left there. Zamazenta Crowned, Clefable, Latios, Vaporeon, Donphan, Moltres, Toxtricity, Skuntank, Breloom, Crustle, and Stunfisk. So obviously you see the Zamazenta there and you're like, well, shit. Um, it has to run the, like, I don't know what it's called. Whatever item is, like, its shield is, so basically what it's going to do is when every time it comes in, its defense raises by 1. So if you weren't aware of what Zamazenta Crown does, which, to be fair, I mean, I don't really know too much about it, because I don't do like Ubers that much. I think it's being suspect tested for like OU. People are trying to get it into OU. Because to be fair, I mean, it's pretty one-dimensional. Like, it has to run that one item, like I said, and it basically, oh, excuse me, it basically just has attacks. Like its only setup is like workup and agility, and like howl. Um, it's if it got sword stance, that would be so much better. I don't know why it doesn't, honestly, but whatever. Um, it doesn't get toxic because nothing in Gen 8 gets toxic. It does get substitute, but so it's pretty one-dimensional in that respect. But it's got really good stats. Like it's got great bulk stats. It's really fast at 128 speed. It's got a pretty good attack, okay, really good attack stat at like 130. It's only stat under like I don't know its HP stat, but I know its special attack is like base 80. But that's like its worst by far. Everything else is so good. So that's gonna be a pain in the ass to deal with for sure. I know it's got given a lot of other people some problems so far in the league. So we're gonna try to win this one. Obviously, I believe he's 4-1. He lost last week to Jarl. Um, so he was 4-0. So we're also 4-1. We're gonna try to take him out and kind of secure our spot at the top of the league. I don't think there's any undefeated teams at this point. So yeah, it's gonna be hard, man. As far as hazards, he's got Rocks, Clefable, Rocks, Donphan, and I guess Rocks, Crustle, and Rocks, Stunfisk. Um, he's also so a lot of stealth rockers. He's got Rapid Spin, Donphan, Defog Gladios, Defog Moltres, Defog Skuntank. So it's a pretty well put together team. Has a few type, I guess. Okay, well, whatever. He's got 2 fighting types, Zamazenta and Breloom. He's got 2 poison types, Toxtricity and Skuntank. He's got 2 ground types, and Stunfisk and Donphan. So, um, yeah, he's got a few the same few repeat typings. That's what I'm trying to say. But that's fine because it's a pretty good team. So let's get right into what I'm bringing. Number 1 is Dragapult with enough speed for max speed Zamazenta. Why would he bring max speed Zamazenta? I don't know, but I'm gonna prep for it anyway, just because peace of mind. um, just so that every single time I'm against him, I can just click Will-O-Wisp. So we have a sub Willow set here. I was thinking about maybe going Dragon Darts over Dragon Pulse, but I just put Dragon Pulse there because I don't really want to have to go naive or hasty, um, and this way I'm able to deal more damage because my special attack stat is much higher than my physical attack stat with this set. So like even if I went, for example, Dragon Pulse is 85 power, so it's not as strong as Dragon Darts. But even if I did this, I'm pretty sure Dragon Pulse does more because of this attack discrepancy here, 299 versus 245. But that would be if I lowered one of my defenses, which I don't want to do because I am a oops. Can you see that? No, okay. I clicked Discord on accident. But yeah, I don't want to be lowering my defenses because I have substitute. Hoping that I can sub up against Vaporeon, Latios if I'm forcing a switch, Zamazenta if I'm forcing a switch there. I don't know exactly if he would switch with Zamazenta in. But yeah, definitely have to watch out for Pursuit Skuntank as well. So yeah, that is the set. That is the Dragapult for this week. Next up, we got Choice Scarfed, Inferno, trying to catch that Moltres, because Moltres could be a bitch to deal with, and I definitely want something for that Pokemon. So we have Flare Blitz, Close Combat, Rock Slide, U-Turn. Moltres is going to be a very obvious switch into this as long as he, I mean, if he brings Donphan, that could also be. But if he brings, a team of like Zamazenta, Clef, Latios, Vaporeon, Moltres, and Skuntank or something, that's a pretty bulky team. But if he does bring that, his switching is probably going to be Moltres. And if I catch that with a Rock Slide, that's a really good position to. It's a really good thing to just knock him out with. Choice Scarf will let me outspeed a lot of things. He doesn't do too well with fire spam. I mean, outside of Vaporeon and Moltres, okay, you know what? I'm just going to shut this because there's some big trucks going by and I don't want that to disrupt my oh my goodness, you can hear it in the other window. All right, that's annoying. But yeah, once I get rid of Moltres, we can kind of just Flare Blitz around and there's not too much he can do. I mean, physically defensive Clefairy will be able to take 2, but we just need to whittle it and hopefully get some dubs with this. I'll probably be leading with this Pokemon. And if he leads Latios, I'll probably switch because I don't really want to risk him being Scarfed and knocking me out turn 1. Next up is Alomomola here for the Zamazenta. It's just period. Like, that's it. that's all I need it for. I guess if he brings Donphan, it's going to be nice to switch into that. Yeah, that's it. And I have wish support for the team. So, Rocky Helmet, I mean, he could set up, like, sub workup could be really annoying. But to be fair, there's really nothing else on my team that can deal with Zamazenta. So, we're gonna rock out with the Alomomola this week. Might be in the market for trades, because last week you can make trades is actually this week, and right now it's Friday. So, I might look at that later today and see if I want to make any roster changes, see if there's any water types that are still there, because I mean, Alomomola has been doing its job, but it's just so scary. I mean, if people figure out that they can set up all over me, we're gonna run into some problems, man. So yeah, obviously very passive here, but gets the job done as long as Zamazenta does not bring sub workup. If it brings like regular workup, that will be still bad, but it would also kind of be fine because I can just kind of revenge him with like Infernape or something with the Rocky Helmet, try to get a Scald Burn. But yeah. Next up is Bronzong Spadef. This thing's nice for Clefable, it's nice for Latios, it's nice for Toxtricity. I've done a few mocks, and all of them include, or almost all of them included a Shift Gear Throat Spray Toxtricity. And what I learned is that Bronzong is pretty good for that. I can Oko him with Earthquake if it is that set, and I'll switch into him, right? And then he'll go for Shift Gear, and then he'll go for Overdrive and get the Throat Spray or whatever he does. I'll be able to live it because Spadef Earthquake will knock him out, so that'd be great. Gyro Ball does nice damage to Latios and Clefable. I can Toxic things like Vaporeon or Donphan or I don't know. I guess that's it. Maybe Breloom, but yeah, Vaporeon, Donphan, and Latios, I guess. If it's like a bulkier Latios and that has Roost, I want to be able to Toxic that. And then, of course, Stealth Rocks is a thing, as always. Next up, you got Tauros. Tauros is max speed because I speed tie with Latios. I thought just offensive, Life Orb Tauros is a pretty good matchup here. I can Rock Slide Moltres. I can Iron Head the Clefable. I can Body Slam everything else. Earthquake for Toxtricity, Skuntank, and Zamazenta. And yeah, should be a good time. What's my last move? Oh yeah, never mind. Yeah, I covered all of them. I mean, it's very, very simple stuff. Keep it simple, stupid. Kiss. Oh, perfect. Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll move on. Now this Pokemon I changed like, I don't know, 10 minutes ago. It was a Rotom-Mow, and then like, I don't know how many mocks. I probably did like 3 or 4 mocks. In all of them, Rotom-Mow just did nothing. I mean, it had Defog, 3 attacks. It was like an offensive set. Because Rotom-Mow offensively kind of does work against him. But it's just not strong enough, and he does have things like Clefable and Latios that switch into it. I mean, it's just not a good time. And I just ended up using it terribly. So we're gonna rock out with Nidoqueen. I forgot that I had rocks on Bronzong, so I'm just gonna change rocks here real quick. Can't decide if I want Rock Slide for Moltres or just another Toxic user. But I already have 2 Toxic users, so I think I'm gonna just go with Rock Slide. And honestly, I'll probably just not change this. Like you can be no attack and still do decent damage to Moltres with the Rock Slide. So yeah, that's gonna be the team. Hope you all enjoyed the team builder. It's 11:30 right now in the morning, so I'm not too sure when I'm gonna have the battle. It's some point today though. I told him I was free from 11 a.m. to the rest of the day, which I am. So I'm gonna shoot him a DM after this or a ping, I guess, on Discord, and we'll see when we're gonna throw it out. So thank you guys for watching the team builder. I'm going to cut to the battle right here, a little bit shorter, about 11 minutes. We like to see that in the team builders, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the battle. All right, here we are in the battle going up against BountyHunter and his Boston Bullet Punch. He brings a team of Zamazenta, Skuntank, Clefable, Moltres, Toxtricity, and Vaporeon. Let's see what Monty did not bring. Include Melodios, Donphan, Crustle, something else, and then Stunfisk. I forget his second to last Pokemon. Oh, Breloom. That's right. Yeah, so hold on. Latios, Donphan, Breloom, Crustle, Stunfisk. Those are the 5 he didn't bring. So looking at this team, I'm thinking, all right, we pretty much prepped for everything here. Pursuit, Skuntank's going to be a bitch, we know that, but hopefully we can kind of predict him to use that aggressively and work off of it. We got to see what Zamazenta wants to do. Could definitely try to set up on Alomomola if he does bring work up, but if he doesn't, then that's good. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and lead with Infernape because it's Scarfed and he didn't bring Latios. If he brought Latios, I'd probably lead something else, just because I don't want to U-turn on turn 1 and him just be Scarfed to knock me out. But I guess I could just hard switch into Bronzong. But anyway, he didn't bring Latios, so I'm definitely going to lead Infernape. There's really nothing here that will outspeed me, period, unless he brings like Scarfed Moltres for whatever reason. So yeah, let's go ahead and start the battle right now. He's going to lead with, I lead with Infernape, and he's going to lead with Clefable. So turn 1, I'm just going to go for the U-turn. This damage tells me he's more of a Spit F set. He might have a little bit of defense investment, but not that much. So yeah, he goes for Knockoff, which kind of sucks, because I bring a Nidoqueen expecting like a Moonblast or a Stealth Rocks or something, but he goes for the Knockoff, so my Life Orb's gone, and by me having a Life Orb, he knows I'm offensive. So he's going to bring in the Vaporeon. That does not do that much damage, so that's more of a Spit F Vaporeon by the looks of it. He goes for Scald. He does not get the burn, which is good. And yeah, I'm just going to be able to go for the rocks. So he has Scald and Flip Turn, which leads me to believe maybe he does not have Ice Beam, which is really nice for a substitute Dragapult. So yeah, now I go for Stealth Rocks as he brings in Moltres. Now I know he's not going to go for a Flamethrower. He's either going to go for like a Defog or a U-turn, or there he went for Toxic. So I was able to, obviously I'm immune to Toxic, and then I'm able to get a Toxic off on him, which is great. This Flamethrower does a lot of damage. I'm like, oh shit. And then I don't outspeed him. Now, the Pokepace that he showed, he had 16 EVs in speed, which I believe outsped my Nidoqueen by 1 point, which is really good prep on his part. I'm assuming he was predicting my Nidoqueen or my Rotom to try to speed creep his Moltres, so he wanted to put a little bit of speed in there. So that was great prep for him, and it worked out for him, because now my Nidoqueen's gone, which sucks. So, I don't know. A few turns later, I don't know exactly what's going on. I'm able to get in Dragapult. As I go for the substitute, he brings in Clefable, and I'm going to be able to my sub doesn't break because I burned him. So even though he doesn't take damage from the burn still has an effect on his physical attack. So that's great and dandy. I don't really want anything to take this knockoff, but if there is one thing that has to take it, it's going to be Infernape, because just cause. So he actually brings in Toxtricity as I switch out. I was really expecting him to just click knockoff again, But he brings in Toxtricity, and I'm going to be able to U-turn as he brings in the Vaporeon, which is great. I'm assuming he was just predicting a Flare Blitz. Here I go for Body Slam, expecting it to kill. It doesn't. It comes really close, but it doesn't. He goes for Scald, and he does burn me. Super, super, super unfortunate. I was expecting to get burned by a Flame Body Moltres. He's actually not Flame Body, so yeah. Then I go for Rock Slide, expecting him maybe to switch. But why would he switch when he's that low? I don't know. Whatever. So I missed the Rock Slide. It doesn't really matter because the Burnt Tauros is basically not non-existent there because he can just bring in Clefable or Zamazenta at any point and kind of not take that much damage. So I just revenge the Vaporeon with the Infernape. So he brings in the Clefable here, goes for the knockoff. Now I'm telling you, I should have brought Heavy Slam. I don't know why I didn't look over this. I didn't use that much time to build this team. I did make a change from Rotom to Nidoqueen. Obviously didn't matter that much. But if I brought Heavy Slam, that would have almost killed it, and I would have been able to stay in and just keep clicking it. But instead, I got to switch into Infernape. Go for the Flare Blitz. I really did not prep for this Clefable very well, even though I did. Like I said, I made the change to Nidoqueen to help deal with the Clefable, and it died because I don't have much on my team for a stronger Moltres. So he goes into Moltres as I get okay, can't talk, paralyzed, which is fine, I guess. So I'm just gonna bring in Alamomola here because I know he's gonna go for Flamethrower, and I'm really on the back seat or on the back foot here because he can just Toxic is racking up, so I go for Protect here to get more toxic damage on him as he switches into Toxtricity. But now it's even worse because now I got to switch into Bronzong, and he goes for Overdrive. Does not do enough to KO me, so I'm just gonna click Earthquake, but I get crit. So yeah, I get crit, and I was kind of pissed about that because I Earthquaked. That Toxtricity would have been dead. That would have been so good for the late game you're gonna see, but it is what it is. Whatever. I'm gonna go for Will-O-Wisp, and I miss against this Skuntank, which also sucks. Yeah, reliving this game is not fun. It's not fun at all. So I'm gonna switch as he doesn't go for Pursuit, which I was really expecting. I saw Crunch and then no Pursuit. To get a little Rocky Helmet damage on him. If he doesn't have Pursuit, this isn't a terrible situation because I'm gonna predict him to go into Clefable here to try to heal up. Gonna bring in Dragapult, right? Now I'm gonna be able to Hex, and this should be able to knock him out, and it does, so that's great. So down goes the Clefable, which is, I couldn't beat that Pokemon otherwise, so really good that we got that off. So I'm doing calcs. I'm thinking, okay, even if he crunches here, as long as I connect this Will-O-Wisp, it shouldn't do too much. So I do connect with the burn, and I get a Curse Body as well. So I'm like, I don't really know if he's going to switch. I don't know if he's going to stay in. I want to keep my Dragapult healthy. So I'm going to bring in Infinite, which is kind of like a middle ground, because I knew that Infinite's not going to be doing too much since it's paralyzed. But it doesn't have a lot of HP, so it can take hits pretty well. So I'm going to predict his switch here and go for the U-turn, as he does bring in Moltres. If I got fully paralyzed there, that would have been just really, really bad. But yeah, I'm going to go for the substitute here because I need a little bit more toxic damage to be able to kill him with Hex. He goes for Flamethrower, and that actually does break my sub, so I'm thinking, alright, you're a little bit more offensive than I was anticipating. But he is, I don't know why my phone goes off twice for one message. That's kind of silly. I am able to knock him out with Hex the turn after. Now he brings in Skuntank, so I'm like, okay, you didn't go for Pursuit last time, so I'm going to assume that you are not going for Pursuit this time, but he does go for Pursuit, because you know what? He went for Pursuit. So I was kind of confused about that, but it is what it is. I guess because before he thought I was going to Will-O-Wisp again, but I really didn't want to risk that much damage on Dragapult, because I need Dragapult to be very healthy for Toxtricity, because Toxtricity can't do much to me as long as I have a lot of health. And it actually was a Choice Scarf Toxtricity, so I don't know if that outspeeds Dragapult, but oh yeah, okay. So anyway, Dragapult goes down. I'm trying to heal up my Infernape, but I need Infernape to be healthy to be able to take a hit from Toxtricity. None of this really matters because Zamazenta is going to clean up anyway. He can just bring in the Toxtricity here. I thought he might be a shift gear set, but the way he was playing it, I was kind of suspicious that it was scarfed. He just goes for overdrive here, so I'm like, okay, you're probably scarfed. Yeah, I don't know if that kills, or I don't know if that outspeeds my Dragapult. I'm not max speed Dragapult, but I am outspeeding his Zamazenta, which is also pretty fast, so I don't know. I'll have to calc that later and see what happens. But anyway, we're going to go for Flare Blitz. We do not get fully paralyzed, and we don't die to recoil. But unfortunately, Zamazenta is going to be able to clean up here. It's only a 1-0 loss. I mean, with all the hacks, I mean, I think I should have won this game. Just going to say that because, I mean, no disrespect to the opponent, but you know, he played pretty well, and you know, you could kind of tell him a little bit salty at the end there, but you know, it happens. Burn on Tauros was awful because Tauros was a huge it was a huge offensive threat. Sorry, it's a huge offensive threat to my opponent. If I got the burn on the Skuntank, that would have been awesome. If I killed the Toxtricity with the Earthquake, that should have gone off, but I got crit, that would have been awesome. Especially as you saw in the late game, he did not have much for Alomomola. In fact, Alomomola probably just wins that game at the end there. If Toxtricity's down, like if I have Dragapult and Alomomola, as he has, you know, Skuntank and Zamazenta, you know, and throw Moltres in there, it doesn't really matter. As long as I kill Toxtricity, you know, Vaporeon and Clefable died as well, and you know, I was just in a good position because as long as I can keep Dragapult from being in against Skuntank. But you know, he did what he had to do to win. He knew that with the hacks, you know, you play off of that. So this is a 1-0, but he probably could have gotten, you know, 2-0, maybe a 3-0 if he had played a little bit more aggressively. I've done that in the past where I've had, you know, hacks go my way, so I'm able to play more conservatively so that I just get the win, you know, instead of having to make plays. So yeah, that's the game. I'm not too, you know, I'm not too worried about it because, you know, at the end of the day, it's just Pokemon, and like I said, I think we played pretty well. I think the Dragapult did really well. I think that set worked, and I think it did, you know, it did put in work. I got 2 kills with Dragapult, so that's cool. And you know, probably should have got more, but it is what it is. And that's gonna be the game. So I'm gonna be out of here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for week number 7. We are 4-2. Once again, good game to BountyHunter. Again, he did what he had to do, so I'm not you know, mad at him at all. I'm just, you know, kind of upset about the hacks. But anyway, I'm gonna stop talking now. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Hit the like button if you made it this far, which I doubt you did, but if you're hearing this, then you did. And I will see you guys in the next video.